Rawan, guardian of the green. Rawan loved the forest more than any other place in the world. Every afternoon, she would walk beneath the tall, whispering trees, listening to the secrets of the wind. Today, the sun was bright, and the air smelled like pine and wildflowers. Rawan felt like the luckiest girl to have such a beautiful backyard. Suddenly, Rawan stopped. Her nose wrinkled. Instead of the sweet scent of flowers, she smelled something sharp and scary. She looked down and saw a tiny, glowing orange light tucked under a pile of dry brown leaves. It was a cigarette butt, still burning and starting to eat the edges of the forest floor. "Oh no," Rawan whispered. She saw Zaki, a small squirrel with a bushy tail, frozen in fear on a nearby low branch. The smoke was getting thicker, and the tiny orange light was turning into hungry yellow flames. Rawan knew she had to act fast to save her furry friend and his home. Rawan reached into her pocket and pulled out her bright yellow safety whistle. She climbed onto a large, flat rock so she could be heard. She blew the whistle as hard as she could. Tweet, tweet, tweet. The sound echoed through the trees, signaling for help. Pip, a tiny blue bird, fluttered down to see what was happening. Rawan looked up at him. "Go, Pip. Fly to the lookout tower," she shouted. "Tell the rangers there's fire." Pip chirped a brave note and took off like a blue arrow into the sky. Soon, the sound of heavy boots and a rumbling engine arrived. It was Ranger Omar. He came running with a large fire extinguisher. Rawan pointed to the spot where the flames were licking the trunk of an old oak tree. Ranger Omar went straight to work, spraying white foam over the fire. The fire was finally out. The ground was black and cold, and the air was misty from the foam. Rawan sat down on a log, her heart still beating fast. Zaki the squirrel crept back down from his branch and sat near her. They both looked at the burnt patch of their beautiful home. Rawan used 2 sticks to pick up the cold cigarette butt. Someone was very careless, she thought. She realized that the forest couldn't protect itself from people. It needed a voice. She put the butt in a small bag to show everyone what a big disaster a small thing could cause. The next morning at school, Rawan went straight to her teacher, Mrs. Birch. She told her the whole story about the fire and the animals. Mrs. Birch listened carefully and patted Rawan on the shoulder. "Rawan, you are a hero. Would you like to tell the whole school how to help?" Rawan teamed up with her friend Leo to make posters. They used bright paints and big letters. Leo was great at drawing trees, and Rawan wrote the important words, "Smoking kills trees," and "Protect our forest homes." They wanted the message to be impossible to miss. On Friday, the whole school gathered in the assembly hall. Rawan stood on the stage next to Mrs. Birch. She showed her posters and told everyone about Zaki and Pip. "We must protect our environment," Rawan said bravely. "The forest belongs to all of us." A few weeks later, the forest was beginning to heal. Rawan returned to the burnt patch, but she wasn't alone. She and Zaki were busy planting new seeds in the soil. Rawan knew that with care and love, the green would return, and she would always be there to guard it.